Hello and welcome to Viewpoints. My name is Kathy Bawaya, and today I am with Nicholas Stark. He is the academic program lead with Intelligence and Analysis Directorate in Washington, D.C. Welcome today.
Pleasure to be with you.
Thank you. And what do you do specifically with INA?
So as a member of the Workforce Development Office, I help to provide academic opportunities and manage fellowship opportunities for the workforce and to try to allow them to grow professionally and personally.
And is that something that is program-wide throughout your organization? Are there different programs and opportunities offered?
Yes, there are opportunities that are managed and delivered by our Intelligence Training Academy, and that those programs are provided to the INA workforce. And at the same time, I work to provide external opportunities that are either department-sponsored or available and delivered by the private sector.
Perfect, perfect. And I want to try to get a better understanding of how INA works with CHDS and the Naval Postgraduate School in selection of possible students for that program or different programs. What are you looking for?
Great question, Kathy. INA both delivers its own training and curriculum to our workforce and our customers. However, in my role, I'm looking to provide enriching opportunities to the workforce. One of our partners is CHDS, and CHDS has historically been a valuable resource for our employees, particularly those at the working in the field across the country. What we are looking for when we evaluate academic programs is obviously relevance, a program that provides updated and relevant curriculum that's timely, that addresses emerging threats. So, for example, cyber is an area where
Yes.
we are looking to provide more opportunities to our workforce. Our cyber division is growing, especially at the junior ranks, and we want to provide a good, solid foundation for which they can apply in their current job. So that's where we are topically. When I look at the actual application process, I would say that we need candidates who are hungry for professional growth. So we're looking for candidates that have the initiative, that write well, that follow the directions in the application process, and those that are where their functional areas align with the program. So we are always looking for candidates to provide opportunities for, and CHDS has been a valuable partner to date.
So we have worked with your organization in our master's degree program, in our executive leaders program. I believe we also have had Fusion Center applicants.
Correct.
And alumni. What is the process? I know that for state and local, they have a different process, but DHS requires an internal application process prior. What is that process for you, and what are those deadlines so that you can meet our deadlines?
Sure, that's an excellent question, Kathy. As you said, DHS has its own internal process. CHDS, as funded through a FEMA grant, is a department-sponsored program. As such, there are internal processes in place, both within INA and at the department level. Mm-hmm. So for any candidates that are within INA, they should contact the Workforce Development Office. However, for DHS employees that are across the organization, they should be contacting their respective training points of contact. Specifically within INA, we advertise for each of the master's cohorts and for the other programs, the Executive Leaders Program and Fusion Center Leaders Program, at least 1 to 2 months in advance of the CHDS deadline. So what we do is we advertise to the workforce, and we target prospective divisions where we think there are good candidates. And then at that point, those applications come to our office. We vet them to make sure that they're complete and that they meet the eligibility requirements. And then those packages are subsequently forwarded to our internal personnel management board, which is comprised of senior leadership, and they will evaluate the applications, determine which ones will go forward, and at that point, any possible packages will be forwarded to the department, Brian Johnson's office,
Yes.
Office of Student Programs at OCHICO, and he will manage it at the department level, and then any names will then be subsequently forwarded to CHDS for final selection.
And they will go through our internal application process also, answering the essay questions. Are they similar questions through, knowing ours, are they similar questions?
There's 5 essays, as you know, in addition to other information that's required. So what we tell applicants is, if you're interested and intend to apply, then you should be working on your DHS application and the CHDS application simultaneously.
Perfect.
We want people to be aware of and plan for the rigorous components of the CHDS application.
Yes, we have had, and I have met a lot of alumni that have gone through our program, and our model seems to work well within DHS across the board. Is that what your officials find out as they go through our program, that it is a good working model?
It is, and I think there's several attributes that make it very appealing. One is that it's a cohort model, so I know that alumni of the master's degree and the Executive Leaders Program enjoy and find beneficial the cohort model, which is, they start with the same students and their peers that are across the department or across the different customer sets at the state, local, municipal, private sector level. What is also attractive is the blended learning, the blended delivery model. So I know that alumni have said to me they enjoy being able to work full-time and apply what they're learning on the job over the course of the 18 months. Yeah. And I think they also appreciate the online component, as long as they recognize their own learning dispositions. And so folks who are disciplined and can follow through on completing their course requirements online are obviously those that we want. Yes. And so I think overall the way the system is set up is very appealing to alumni.
Well, and we've also seen that this model, working with multiple jurisdictions across multiple disciplinary, benefits not only INA and DHS, but at the state and local level also. That it's a good model to be able to have a better understanding of how everybody in a situation and what their part is and what they do.
I think that's certainly true, Kathy. Alumni have shared with me the benefits of the diversity of their peers and understanding how their work fits into a larger puzzle, if you will. And at the same time, it's very useful for the other members of the cohort to understand
Absolutely.
INA's role and what are we allowed to do by regulation and by congressional directive. So I think it's an educational process for everyone who's involved.
Nicholas, what stops officials from applying to this program or other programs similar?
What I found is that employees may not be aware of the opportunities. They may not be aware that it's a department-sponsored program. They may not be aware of the ability to leave, and I think some are deterred from even applying because they assume that their supervisor may not support them. And so it's incumbent upon our office to encourage and cast a wide net of applicants that are seeking professional growth, and to educate and to kind of cajole supervisors to say it's really in their interest and the interest of the organization for those folks to fly.
Definitely for the nation as a whole, it's important that these particular officials be included with the state and local officials. CHDS offers a lot of services that are available even if you weren't a student at our program, at our specific program. We have some self-study courses. There are other things that we offer.
Absolutely, and I'm glad that you raised that, Kathy, because there's a lot of resources that are available free of charge, at your convenience, online. As you mentioned, the self-study courses, and that could whet the appetite of potential candidates for further study. Also, there is, as I understand it, the Homeland Security Digital Library, which is available and that provides a multitude of different resources that could be used as providing context for our analysts, as well as the Homeland Security Affairs Journal, which I think is a great opportunity for folks to delve into research in a more robust way. Employees at INA and across the department should be aware of the rich resources that are available on the CHDS website, including the Homeland Security Digital Library, which provides a lot of material that is rich in context for analysts, in particular at INA, as well as the self-study courses that can be completed at your convenience.
Is there anything else that you would like to share as far as your processes or the challenges of getting into a program like CHDS?
CHDS is a wonderful institution. It offers a number of diverse learning opportunities for our employees, and I really just want to welcome and invite prospective applicants to reach out to the Workforce Development Office, who can assist in developing your application, in reviewing it, and providing tips and guidance, and making sure that we can link you up with alumni to give a firsthand perspective on the program and what it all means for your career growth.
Nicholas, thank you for coming out today. It was a pleasure interviewing you and getting a chance to sit down and meet with you.
My pleasure, Kathy. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah.